From Apple co-founder's massive price prediction for Bitcoin and cryptos, including Dogecoin, to the latest updates and data, there is a lot to talk about in this video. So let's see what exactly is happening. So while cryptos are going through a sluggish period, some market leaders are still very bullish in the long term. We are now seeing that Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak expects the price of Bitcoin to hit $100,000. He explained that he just doesn't know where you get that feeling. He can't put any mathematics to it, and he just really feels it from all of the interest as the interest in crypto is so high. So this is pretty good news for Bitcoin and cryptos, but this is not it. Steve Wozniak further revealed that although his intention has always been to experiment with Bitcoin, his initial crypto investment had made him colossal returns, the more reason he believes Bitcoin's price could inch higher. He said that he wanted to experiment and learn it all. Then Bitcoin went way up, and he got scared and he sold all his Bitcoin except one Bitcoin. He further said that his life's purpose is to have enough to play with, experiment with but not to make money. And 2 times it's gone way up and made him money, and just recently he thinks that Bitcoin is gonna go to 100K. And now, this is not the first time we are seeing Apple co-founder showing some support for Bitcoin and cryptos. Just recently, Steve Wozniak had some words of praise for Bitcoin in his interview where he described Bitcoin as pure gold mathematics. And this is not it. Last year, Wozniak called Bitcoin the most amazing mathematical miracle, and he also believes that Bitcoin is more precious than gold because gold is not scarce enough. So this is good news for Bitcoin and its holders, as Steve Wozniak is an experienced tech entrepreneur, and his positive remarks about Bitcoin can help propagate an optimistic sentiment about it. Besides, since he is one of the most experienced market leaders, his prediction of Bitcoin hitting the 100K price level shouldn't be neglected. He has some solid reasons to back his prediction, and we may even see it happening sometime in the future. Now, another important thing we should note here is that while praising Bitcoin, Wozniak has stated that he has a less favorable view of the overall crypto market. In a similar interview, he pointed to the huge number of cryptos that are being created on a daily basis, and he believes that many crypto projects are rip-offs. Wozniak believes that there's so many cryptos that come out now. Everybody has a way to create a new one, and you have a celebrity star with it. And it seems like they are just collecting a bunch of money from people who want to invest at the very earliest stage when it's worth pennies. Now I'm aware that certain crypto ventures have been utilized to defraud people. However, this does not mean that we should rule out all other cryptos entirely. Numerous other projects, including Ethereum, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and Solana, have performed exceptionally well throughout the years. Moreover, we can see here that FTX CEO Brett Harrison has predicted that Bitcoin's dominance in cryptos will dwindle as tokens using a proof-of-stake system eat away at its market share. So it means that Ethereum and Solana may actually eat away some of the market share of Bitcoin. But the most important thing is that Dogecoin can do the same. This is because we know the Dogecoin Foundation and Vitalik Buterin have been collaborating on the project's proof-of-stake transition. So what it means is that Doge can also compete with all these major cryptos like Ethereum and even Bitcoin. So the point is that the proof-of-stake network is likely to aid in the growth of Doge, and it is going to surge its adoption and price value over the long term. Additionally, I'd like to point out that Doge has in fact outpaced Bitcoin in terms of price movement during the last 5 years. If we look at Doge's performance during the last 5 years, it has increased by more than 3,000%. And if we look at Bitcoin's 5-year chart, it has increased by almost 850% during this time. So what we are now seeing is that Dogecoin has definitely outpaced Bitcoin over the last 5 years. This is one of the reasons I believe it is wrong to assert that other cryptos are scams or ineffective and that only Bitcoin is the greatest crypto. Besides, this also shows us that if Bitcoin can go up and hit the 100K mark, then we can expect Doge and others to make similar moves. In fact, we are now seeing that some analysts believe that Dogecoin is going to perform really well in the coming years. Experts predict that the price of Dogecoin will rise due to institutional acceptance and increased approval of the payment of Doge by stores, such as AMC, in buying tickets from their films. And Tesla also began to accept it as payment, and Elon Musk intends to use it in a complete space mission in Q1 2022. As a result, analysts believe that the price of Dogecoin will increase in the coming years. They believe that its value will increase if developers and investors of the community continue to invest in cryptos. Some estimates suggest that the price of the Doge in 2025 could be 56 to 58 cents per unit, and its average price in 2028 is estimated at $1.7 with a maximum fee of $2.1 if this prediction comes true. And with that being said, let's come to Bitcoin for a minute. So with extreme volatility, liquidations, and regulation optimism, the crypto market saw nearly everything in the last few days. Bitcoin also witnessed a sharp increase in volatility during the recent week as it spiked from 37K to nearly 43K. While Bitcoin has erased most of its gains in the past 48 hours, the good thing is that it still managed to hold on to the price level of 39K. It is a major support level, and if Bitcoin manages to hold above it in the coming trading sessions, we can expect it to make some bullish moves in the following days. Meanwhile, crypto analyst Willy Woo proposed a theory regarding a hypothetical group of investors driving the Bitcoin market lower. According to Woo, the first consumers who purchased Bitcoin for less than 1K were the primary sellers who received a larger discount on the cryptocurrency. Investors who bought Bitcoin much cheaper than 99.9% of the market and are still holding their assets would have no trouble buying it even cheaper in the future because their return on investment is already at an all-time high. Woo said that rather than riding out a full negative cycle, investors who follow specific techniques or rely on short-term cycles sell their assets whenever they hit a given price level. So it is indicating that the number of traders and investors prepared to store Bitcoin rather than sell it at a discount is gradually increasing. On the other hand, crypto analyst Benjamin Cowan is saying that one on-chain metric is indicating that Bitcoin's bull trend is likely to continue. Cowan is highlighting that Bitcoin's realized market cap has reached fresh all-time highs in previous Bitcoin bull market cycles. And according to the analyst, this hasn't happened yet in the current cycle. When looking at this, Cowan believes that we have spoken about lengthening cycles for a long time, but even if lengthening cycles play out, he imagines it won't likely be obvious until either the end of this year or sometime in 2023. And now, let's come to some important crypto updates that are very positive for Doge, Bitcoin, and others. So Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary has just revealed that 20% of his portfolio is now in cryptos and blockchain. He recently said that you have to be diversified. I own 32 different positions, including equity FTX itself. The whole point is you don't know who is going to win. Is Ethereum going to win? Is Solana going to win? Is it Helium or is it Avalanche? I own them all. So what we are now seeing is that O'Leary is investing in a large number of cryptos, and this is bullish because many other investors can follow his strategy and start doing the same. Meanwhile, former Goldman Sachs fund manager Raoul Pal believes that crypto adoption is going to blast in the coming years. He is actually comparing crypto adoption to that of the internet. We can see here that the chart attempts to represent the pace at which the technologies reach a determined number of users over the same time. The chart indicates it took crypto only 6 years to increase its levels of adoption to attract 295 million participants. Over the same period, the internet only saw less than half of that growth, which stood at 119 million by 1998. So we can see that crypto has experienced a 137% growth in that period, while the internet saw 76%. Furthermore, Pal projected 1.2 billion digital assets users by December 2025 if the sector follows the internet's growth slowdown. The metric could rise to 2.5 billion users if we assume the first 6 years' rate of growth of the internet. And he is further saying that using the 76% growth rate or suggesting a near halving of network growth as network matures, we now get to 5 billion crypto users by 2030. And Pal believes that it becomes the dominant source of owning, transferring and recording value and contractual terms globally. So what we are now seeing is that crypto adoption is outperforming the adoption rate of the internet. And as we are seeing here, it is expected that the adoption of crypto is going to surge massively by 2030. And now coming back to Dogecoin, we have just seen that crypto adoption is expected to surge in the coming years. Besides, we have also seen that analysts are predicting that this rising adoption is going to help its price to grow massively over the long term. So this is pretty positive for Doge, and we can expect it to make some bullish moves in the future. In any case, what are your thoughts on this? Where do you think Doge is heading from here? Let me know in the comment section below.